look into my life and pop culture vibes. Welcome to Amanisvibe. That's the space that I provide.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I see that some of you are listening to my think pieces, and thank you so much, because guess what? You're getting these void of all of the extra chatter, rumors, and whatever is going on out there in the online world. I'm just watching the show and making comments on what I see, not on rumors, not on things I heard. If there are things that I looked up, then I'll let you know about that. So, Love Island, USA, Season 8, Episode 8. If I could rename this show, I would call it Manipulation, Rosters, and Shallow Conversations That People Think Are Deep. Like, I just listened to a conversation, and to be honest, I'm just like, what? This is how I feel. Bryce and Trinity had a conversation, like, well, it's because, like, yeah, well, you don't feel like that because, like, that's not what I want. So, yeah, so, like, do that. Exactly. That's what I was thinking, like, because, yeah, just be exactly right. Like, exactly. You do you, I'll do me, like, Oh, to be young again. Melanie, I actually am really proud of how she's dealing with all the things that are going on in tonight's episode, because Sincere is definitely unsincerely playing in her face. Well, he's not playing in her face because he likes to go to different sections of the villa to play with Saul's face. And what is so interesting, I don't know if anybody else notices this, but Saul will talk to Sincere about the deepest things, like about losing her father or about things that her parents taught her. And he will reply with something completely unrelated, like, yeah, you're an empath. Yeah, I like that. I'm an empath too. Yes, be all that you can be. Be the thing. Go for the thing that you go for if you know what you do, what you're going to do. Because, yeah. Meanwhile, Saul is bearing her soul. And he's just like, yes, let me just caress your shoulder. Yeah, Sincere. But he seems really into her. And to me, they're doing a lot. I get about the explorer thing, but it's a lot. Like, it's just, I feel like he's doing too much. He's really leading her on. And this could just be Sincere's personality. I actually have no idea, because like you, I'm just watching the show and trying to understand. But I know what he does. He'll talk to Saul for a while, and she'll talk deep, and he'll say one word or, answers that aren't deep. But, I know there's a lot of editing, and I know what they do. So maybe they are having deep conversations. Maybe it's not just one-sided. And then he'll go to the guys and be like, listen, I just feel like it's like 6'7", 6'7", 6'7". I mean, Melanie's on this side. And I like, because I like to chase and I have to chase her. But Saul's chasing me. And, the guys are like, yeah, because, if you just, oh, yeah. And then he'll go into the confessional, and then he'll have another one of his analogies that aren't really analogies about who he's talking to. And that's kind of his thing. That's his shtick. But what I've been trying to understand, and I honestly haven't gone back to look back at anything, is when they first got together, him and Mel, they really, really hit it off. And there's a comfortability there, right? And Saul, she just has that thing about her. And then I know in my last one, I was like, Saul, her age was undisclosed. And I was like, I think she's like 29. But then when I really looked at her this episode and listened to her talk, okay, I think she's I don't know. So I'm going to guess that Saul is 24 years old. It's just a guess. We may never know since it was undisclosed. The oldest she is maybe 26, but yeah, she looked a lot younger. And she's also been through a lot, and that's what I'm getting. Girlfriend lost her hair and her father just passed away a year ago. I know about grief and grieving. That's a lot to go through, especially if you were close. And so that's what I'm getting from her, is that I feel like she wants more comfort or compassion about what she's been through. But Sincere is pretty shallow when it comes to his responses. So that's what I've noticed. Let's talk about Kenzie. I done told you, the real player in the village is Kenzie. I already told you a couple, I don't know, episodes ago, they need to stop protecting Kenzie. Kenzie's going to be all right. Hey, now Kenzie's got a roster. And the thing with Kenzie is she's smart. She's very smart. And that's what I'm telling y'all. She's smart. At first I thought, I thought she had that. No, she's smart. She's very smart. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's saying, but she makes it appear like she's not. And that's just how I think about her. But I still like her. She's great TV. And then Corbin, I keep calling him Corbin. I'm so sorry. His name is Corbin with an N, or AKA the Fonz, because he has that voice. I want to kiss you. And I think he does actually, as much as the Fonz can like somebody, I think he actually does like Kenzie. I also think she's literally his only option in the villa. He's also aware of coming in there as a bombshell, what his limitations are, who the couples are. So he kind of knows. He knows his place, so to speak. But he does like her. Kenzie tells him that she has a roster, and about talking to Caleb, the cowboy. And then she says, I was talking to him, but I was thinking about you. You know what else I'm going to call this show? This show has the best one-liners. So that's one. The other one-liner came from Beatriz, where she's like, what'd she say? I fight for medals. I don't fight over. I fight for medals, or I fight hard for medals. I don't fight over men. Classic. Love Beatriz. And she also said about the shiny toy. And Sincere definitely likes a shiny new toy. Like, he's I don't know, because I can't I can't get with him what he's doing. He's very manipulative, and it could be intentional. I'm also very aware of editing, you guys, probably more than other people. And I'm also aware that the time frames that things seem like they're taking place may not be those exact time frames. The way they're making things look. And so I just try to keep those things in mind. Definitely, I've seen in the background Saul and Casey talking a few times, agreeing on something and doing like a little dap. And definitely he's talked to her a few times. So I am sure that, because I know Anaya at one point said it's so hard for her, like, going through this stuff when Melanie's talking about people exploring, and we don't really see what is those conversations with Casey and Anaya, because the producers have decided that since people are always dogging us about black love, we're just going to show black love, and we're not going to show you anything else. And so, yeah, there is a problem with that, because Casey definitely can be talking to Saul as well, but we will never know until another time. He did say she looked like his ex, but again, I keep saying the same thing, that these women are letting the men know all their cards. Like they're letting them know what's bothering them, why they're hurt. Anaya, I really like Anaya, but she definitely, within the context of this show, I do hope that she toughens up a bit, because Casey has been her only option, and I do like the relationship they're forming. So as of episode 7, I was like, there's no couples here, but I like what is happening with Casey and Anaya, because they're literally, like I said, going from acquaintances to friends, and they are building a relationship. And I actually think relationships that start this way are better than the lust-filled relationships, because you know what? Lust can wear off, y'all. Just ask Gabrielle. And then Gabrielle, he kissed Jen and Saul. He kissed Saul, and Saul felt there was residue. She called it pheromones, but I'm going to be like residue. And he kissed Jen, and she seemed to really like it. So in this episode, he's telling the guys, yes, I kiss boot. And the guy's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Very strange. And Beatriz also has not really had any other options. So I'm feeling for my girl, and I know that America's going to have to vote on choosing somebody, and I just think America's not nice. So I can kind of predict already what America's going to do with who they're going to want to date who. Like, I can see that America will split up Melanie and Sincere and put Sincere with Saul, because when you're looking at them, it really looks like he likes Saul more. But when they did that vote, it would have been before now. And now we're actually seeing how Melanie has been handling it well. What he's doing is dead wrong. You know what I mean? So I feel like if the vote had come after this episode, I feel it would have been very different. I don't know. I think Melanie, I really like her. I really like her. I like how she's handling it. I like how she's consoling herself. I do see that Anaya really is everybody's cheerleader. But what I worry about Anaya is like her toughening up. And how do I say? It's when I was talking about Anaya saying that she lived the typical life, prom queen, that's not the typical life. So I feel that perhaps too, she's sheltered. I'm just, I guess she's got to travel and everything. I know she's close to her mom, but I'm feeling that she's sheltered. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't looked into her background yet, so I don't know. But she said she was in a relationship. Like, it didn't end that long ago. But she said she's looking for her husband. And they're all in their early 20s. And I don't think I always wanted to fall in love and meet somebody. I don't know if I thought they'd be my husband. I can't remember that far. I just know that's when you fall in love all the time, between age 19 and 25. Like, it's lit, right? And this is the age group they're all in, some of them. So yeah, I just want Anaya to toughen up. But her and Casey, they're getting along really well. They're holding hands. But he, because these women have let the men know everything they feel. Casey's like, yeah, I know you love my body. And she's like, I do. He's like, I know you do, girl. She's like, I love everything about you. No, hold something back for yourself, ladies. Keep something to yourself. Don't let them know everything, all of your vulnerabilities. What are you guys doing? That's how I feel watching the show. When it comes to Bryce and Trinity, Bryce, I don't know what's going on with him, because now he wants to pull Kata for a chat, and he talks to Zach about it, and Zach bursts out laughing. because he thinks he's joking. Kata has already rejected him in the bed, and then I can't remember the other time. So, but he's like, but she's like my number two, and like, like Trinity, you're my number one, but Zach, but I just have a number one and a two. So I do think like I should talk to my number two, because at least I just want to give it a try with the two instead of just staying with the one. You know what I mean? No, I don't know what any of you mean. Because I'm like, what are you all talking about? What is? Oh, it's a whole episode of 6-7, 6-7. Okay, so then Zach tells Casey about Bryce, and it's just, this episode is a little bit of a mess. So anyway, to cut to the chase, the main points from this episode are that Kenzie feels that she's torn between Caleb and Corbin, but she does feel like she really likes Corbin. Melanie has had to deal with Sincere just really being up on Saul, like forever, for long bouts of time. And she understands that, what she did in the game, going back and forth, like kissing Corbin and pretending she didn't know who it was. She knew who it was, but she feels like he got her back now. But they definitely, that's what they do. That's their thing. Sincere and Melanie, that's their thing. Tit for tat. Okay? Corbin does pull Melanie for a chat. And he, of course, can I get a kiss? That's it. Corbin and Gabrielle have the same Mac. Yeah, like, because I just want to know. But, Melanie's honest with Corbin that she's attracted to him. He's definitely her type. But she hasn't been all up on him the way that Sincere is all up on Saul. So it's I don't know. She dealt with that good too, because she's like, no, like, basically these girls are letting them know you have to earn that. I wish they were like that more with their partners, letting them earn it. But so she doesn't kiss Corbin. She's like, no, she doesn't. What else stood out in this episode? And it's been standing out in every episode that Zach, Charlie's brother, is very bump on a log. Like, I just feel like he's always like laying down, and Kata is, what was she doing? Giving him eye drops, or at night she's on top of him, kissing him, and he just lay there like a log, like a bump on a log. Zach is very bump on a log, and I don't know. But the show, this is what they do, right? Like, if the producers, no, not if, they are. They're already giving us our characters, right? So they're giving us Melanie's the one who's untamed, but she's actually been really tamed. So I'm really glad for that. We don't have any angry black women, which is great, because our sisters are very chill. And Bryce, I don't know if the producers can make him seem like he doesn't know what he wants. It's hard to tell, these conversations that him and Trinity keep having in a circle since day one. So at first she thought he was too old, and then that's why he backed off, because he was like, okay, there's an age difference. And now, I don't know, you guys. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to be honest. I do think Trinity is starting to really like him. And now he's going on about, but I know I'm not your usual type. And then he's got on the white socks and the black shoes. And I'm like, can we talk about Bryce's fashion for a minute? I get the feeling he didn't bring a lot with him, or maybe that he flew to Fiji from a photo shoot in Chicago or something where it was colder. That's just a feeling I get because of his footwear and his socks. Because, yeah, I feel like it's hot over there. Like, I'm from Trinidad, and it's hot there all year. But nobody seems to be sweating, so that's pretty amazing. What else? I can tell that, I know that they're they're out in the sun quite a bit because I can tell when the girls have to put on their makeup because they're all starting to get a bit tanned. You can tell, like, I'm really into the deep side of this show, right? What else? What else? And the reason that I don't have much more to say is because that's just how episode 8 was. It was just a bit of a mess, and it was a bit of just shallow conversations and miscommunications and not communicating and metaphors and soliloquies. And it doesn't end on any type of exciting note except for that Bryce is going to pull Kata, and Kenzie and Melanie talk about Corbin, and Kenzie feels, upset about it. But Kenzie does have a good point, because she's like, if I was going to pull Sincere, like, basically you'd be tripping, and I didn't even kiss Sincere in a challenge out of respect for you. So what Kenzie's saying is very true, right? So that's it. Nothing more to say except for that Sincere's just all up on Saul. And he seems really, really into her. So I already know what's going to happen with the voting. Anyways, that's it. Those are my thoughts. High level overview of Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 8. And that's what's up.
Amanisvibe, oh nana eh, yeah. Welcome to Amanisvibe. Yes, we have a different style. Reviews and thoughts and pop culture vibes too. Love Island USA, we got that too.